It's hard when you are married and raising children and your children are crawling and your husband dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. When you're working on something and you put everything you have in it, and it doesn't work out, you lose your money and other people's money. It's hard. It was rough when I lost my job, and I could not find a job. It was humiliating and embarrassing, borrowing money, and then I couldn't pay the money back when I told them I would. That's rough. How people look at you, how they respond to you. It's very hard. It's humiliating. Here's what I discovered that happens to you in life, that you will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you go through it, you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. Have it ever happened to you? Raise your hand. Has it ever happened to you that I couldn't understand it then, but after I got through it, then I saw that that was preparing me for bigger and better things. As you go through the challenges of life and you look at it and embrace whatever comes to you, don't run from it. Step toward it. Don't try and duck it like most people do. See, most people want it easy. See, easy come, easy what? Easy go.
The darkest and deepest places of my life have prepared me for the greatest victories of my life. I remember when me and Natalie had good credit and we were in a place to be able to buy our first home, and it was sunny sky everywhere, and we got hooked up with a bad contractor. And what ended up happening is we found ourselves in the smack dab middle of a storm. And for 3 years, my credit went down. We were drained of tens of thousands of dollars. Nobody knew Pastor Mike. I didn't have no books. I didn't have no nothing. I felt like every day God was letting the storm continue to pound on my life. And I was like, God, why? I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm giving, I'm serving the youth, I'm serving Bishop. And God said, this is not a place of devastation. This is a place of preparation. It was in those moments that I learned the tools and the trades that I needed to be able to purchase the Spirit Bank Event Center that we sit in right now. He knew that if I went through the storm in a season where it was inconsequential, that He would sustain me and I would come out better. And at the other side, it would be the very thing I needed to reach purpose.
It's a bad time. I can't be happy right now. I can't have peace right now. I can't be content right now. It's a bad time. It's a bad time I'm single. It's a bad time we just got married, we don't have much money. It's a bad time our kids are little. It's a bad time our kids are toddlers. It's a bad time our kids are teenagers. It's a bad time my kids are gone. When would be a good time? When would be? One time I read a book on sales, and Eric is a salesman, a recovering salesman. And they said that never ask them, can I come see you? They said, when would be a good time? What's a good time? You don't ask them, can I? You just say, when would be a good time? God doesn't ask that. In fact, God's like, you want me to illustrate it from the text, or do you just want me to tell you? You want a text? I already gave you Genesis 12, and you're so greedy. John 11. Lazarus, the one you love, is sick. When he heard Lazarus was sick, he waited where he was 2 more days. Check me out in your Bible. You think I'm making this up? You're like, oh no, pastor's been locked in an empty auditorium with 40 staff members too long. He forgot that God is an on-time God. Jesus was like, oh yeah, he's sick. All right, let's wait a little bit. We gotta wait till it's a bad time. It's a bad time. If you go right now, it'll be a good time. It'll be the right time. But I want to show up at the wrong time. I want to bless you at a bad time. I want to show you how powerful I am at a bad time. all right? Jesus, you got to stay on schedule. The ministry of Jesus must have been so frustrating that it's like, hey, Mary and Martha are major donors, Jesus. This is not good form for you to not go to Bethany. That demon-possessed man that you just healed, you probably could have left him off the schedule. You can tell what's important to someone by what they schedule. And just because it wasn't on the disciples' schedule, what makes us think it wasn't on Jesus' schedule? Just because you didn't see it coming doesn't mean it didn't come from God.